what do you use to scrub the gunk out of the bottom of your bathtub? That's a great question, and we're going to talk about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now today, in order to answer that question, what do you use to scrub the gunk out of the bottom of the bathtub? I'm going to share with you a product review on one of my favorite products. This is the Scotch Brite Non-Scratch Scrub Sponge. Try to say that fast 3 times. This is it. This is it. It's 2 scrubbies built into one. Now I'm going to get up here close so you can see what I'm talking about. On one side, we have a sponge. It's a soft, porous sponge that's made of wood fiber. So it picks up and it holds all the different water and the soap and the stuff that you're using in order to clean. The other side is a scrubby, and it's more abrasive. So if something is stuck on a countertop, or there's that gunk in the bottom of the bathtub that we were talking about, you can turn it over and use the abrasive side along with your cleanser to clean that out. So 2 sponges built into one. It's awesome. All right. So the company that manufactures the Scotch Brite Non-Scratch Scrub Sponge is 3M. And 3M is a publicly traded company. They're huge. And they produce a whole bunch of useful household things. Anything from adhesive removers all the way down to Post-it notes. They create lots of useful things, and this is one of them. All right, this is not sponsored. They don't know that I'm doing this. They did not pay for this show, but I'm such a huge fan of these that I wanted to share with you how I use them. Now, I also want to take a quick break and say the holidays are coming up. And if you're looking for stocking stuffers, these are great because everybody can use them. Now, every household needs one of these in every single bathroom, and you need one at the kitchen counter. So you will use these for all sorts of things that I'm about to show you. But they make awesome gifts, I'm telling you, awesome gifts. When people open up on Christmas Day and they find non-scratch scrub sponges, they're gonna get so excited, like, yay, look at me, I get to clean now. Well, no, that's maybe not how they will feel, but once they start using them, then they will be joyous for the gift. Now, I do have a true confession. At Halloween, we made up some little gift bags, and when the trick-or-treaters came, we gave them gift bags, and they had the Scotch Brite Non-Scratch Scrub Sponges in them. And the kids hated it, I'm told, but their parents loved it. So yay! Weird gift, but everyone wins, okay? Now I'm going to show you how to use them, and just get creative. I want you to know that because of the 2 sides, they are soft enough that you can use them on your finest dishware, and they are strong enough that you can use them on your icky pots and pans. So there are multi-uses. And real quick, I want to tell you about sterilization because they are porous and it holds a lot of stuff. We talked about it holding soap and water. It also holds bacteria. And so sponges are a little bit, like if you don't clean them regularly, they can get nasty. And so some people just refuse to use them because they don't know that you can sterilize them. So I want to let you know you can sterilize them. Now this one, because it has the scrubby on the side, we don't want to microwave it. There are sponges you can microwave, but this is not one of them. You do not want to put this in the microwave. But you can put it on the top shelf of your dishwasher, and you run it through the hottest cycle on the longest cycle, and it will sterilize these. Also, you can put them in boiling water, and it will boil out all the impurities. So just a couple of ways to keep your non-scratch scrub sponges sanitary. All right, now on to, wait, I got to show you one more thing. If you have a non-scratch scrub sponge that looks like this, it's time to throw it away. And I know that it's easy to hold on to these and say, oh, look, there's still some life left in it. When they get nasty and they start withering up and dying, that's the time to throw them away. So you can buy these in bulk also. There are big boxes of them that you can buy like at Costco, for example. And I'm going to leave links in the show notes where you can get them on discount so that you have a lot for your friends, for stocking stuffers this Christmas, and then also for your house cleaning business so that everybody has one of these. Now, one note on house cleaning businesses, 1 per house. Don't take these from house to house, 1 per house. Then when you get home and you do your inventory of the day, that's when you run them through the dishwasher cycle. And then you have sanitary sponges for the next house. All right, let's go see how they work, shall we? Using hot water and some dish soap and the scrubby side of the scrub sponge, you can take any plastic patio furniture and take it from dirty to giving it a shiny new facelift. Now this patio furniture is wrought iron, and it has kind of a green film, green mold on the back of it. And we're also going to use the hot water and dish soap and the scrubby side of the scrub sponge to wipe down this piece of furniture as well. Now you'll notice that we're going over all of the arms and legs of it with the same sponge, because this will remove all of that film and make it look brand new. Another use for the non-scratch scrub sponge is cleaning a granite countertop. You'll want to prep the countertop by pulling all of the crumbs off, and for this we use a flexible cutting board. Then, once we're done with the crumbs, we simply dump them in the trash, and now we're ready to wipe the countertop down. Going in a Z pattern, which is a speed cleaning technique, we'll use our left hand to guide where we've been, and we'll only go over every area once. This keeps us from duplicating our work or going in circles where we double back through over the top of an area we've already cleaned. This is the quickest, most effective way to clean a countertop using a non-scratch scrub sponge, and we're only using the sponge side on this particular countertop. Now, one note about sponges while we're talking about using a sponge to wipe down a countertop. This is true for any sponge on any countertop. You do not ever want to use a sponge to clean a countertop where you have just been cutting raw meat. This also goes for wiping down a cutting board where you've been cutting raw meat. Also, if you've cracked an egg and a little bit of the egg white has like dribbled down on the counter, you do not want to use a sponge to clean up the egg white or raw meat. If there are dairy products, any traces of dairy products, that could create some kind of a salmonella or E. coli. It could create some kind of a bacteria that's very hard to get out of the sponge, even if you sanitize your sponges on a day-to-day basis. So use a paper towel to wipe down those areas that have had meat or dairy products, and then toss that in the trash so you're not cross-contaminating other parts of your kitchen by using the sponge on other things. Now, I promised to show you how to clean the gunk out of the bottom of a bathtub, but first we're going to make sure that the shower curtain is out of the way and everything is out of the tub so that we don't get anything on it. Then we're going to wet down the inside of the tub and the walls, and we're going to shake a little bit of cleanser on the bottom floor of the tub. Using the scrubby side of the scrub brush, we're going to go ahead and scrub the bottom of the floor first. This will allow the cleanser that's on the bottom of the floor of the tub for a little bit of dwell time while we're cleaning the shower walls and the upper side of the fiberglass. Then, once we're done scrubbing everything down, we will hose everything down using a shower head on a hose. If you don't have a shower head on a hose, you'll use a large cup filled with water, and you'll just repeat the process multiple times as you pour the water gently over the areas that you've already scrubbed. When you use the shower head on a hose, you want to make sure that you're going in the direction of the drain, moving all of the dirty water towards the drain and rinsing the cleanser out as you go. Now, doesn't that look beautiful? Now we're going to do the same thing with the sink. Doing the same process where we wet the sink first, we use the cleanser, we use the scrubby side of the scrub sponge for the basin of the sink, then we turn the sponge over and use the sponge side for the granite countertop part and behind the area where the backsplash meets the sink itself. Moving the items from the corner of the sink, we're going to wipe everything down using a cotton white cloth, and then we will put all of the items back, and we will rinse our sponge off for the next use to take that with us while we're at the sink, and now we're done. Another use for the sponge is to clean the fingerprints off of a door. This would be done on a maintenance clean or an Airbnb clean. Just using the scrubby side of the sponge, we go around the doorknob and the areas that have been affected since the last cleaning, which was probably yesterday or maybe the day before. So we do a light dusting and a wipe down. Alrighty, so we've been talking about the non-scratch scrub sponge from Scotch Brite, and now you know why I'm such a fan. I use it for everything. It's become one of my very favorite work smart, not hard tools, right? I'm going to give this the Savvy Cleaner seal of approval. Now, I want to hear your experience. Do you use them? Do you use them on everything I showed you? Or do you use them on something else? I want to know. And if you don't use these, what do you use instead? I want to hear. All right, let's start a conversation in the notes below. And if you found this helpful, please pass it on to a friend. Who knows, this video may help someone else. And that someone you pass it on to just might get you the Christmas gift that has, check it out, the sponges inside. I know, right? Merry Christmas to you. All right, until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.